Hello, crafty friends. Welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Melissa Miller. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southern California, and today I would like to take a look at the Daisy Garden Cling stamp set. This is a large background stamp set. It is a hidden gem in your annual catalog on page 106. Now, the first time that I went through the catalog, I actually didn't see this. And I think it was like the second time that I went through and I saw it and I thought, wow, that's a really pretty stamp set. So today we are going to actually be making a card very similar to the one here in the catalog, but we're going to be using different colors. I will be using Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Polished Pink, Gorgeous Grape, and Garden Green. So what I did was I stamped 5 different panels, one of each color. We will be doing one panel in our Garden Green just so you can see what I did. Let's get that in there. And I started with a 6 by 4.5 piece of paper because it is such a large stamp. I wanted to make sure that I got the whole image on there and didn't miss any of it. So let's get started. We have our Garden Green, and this image is just so crisp when you stamp it out. Looks like we got a little ink up there. But once you stamp this image, it is really crisp, and I just love it. So let's see what we've got here. Oh, I can see that I missed a little spot there. There we go. Just get it nice and inked up. Make sure your paper is pushed all the way back in case you need to re-stamp it. Let's put our cover down. And I'm just going to take a microfiber cloth that I always have handy and just put pressure all the way across. This is a large stamp, so you want to make sure that you get good pressure evenly. And it looks like we missed a couple spots. So all we have to do is just put it back, put our lid back down and get those spots on there. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot better. We still have a little area right here though that I think I would like a little more ink on there. So let's do that. And we really don't even need to ink up our stamp. We just need to put pressure on there. Good. Okay, so that's our green one, and I did 5 of these. 1 green, 1 Daffodil Delight, 1 Pumpkin Pie, a Gorgeous Grape, and a Polished Pink. So let's just take our chamois and kind of wipe this off real quick. I just love my chamois. It gets all my stamps so clean. Okay, get this out of the way. Now, I did already cut down one panel, but I actually cut this to 4 by 5.25. So we've got our stamped green image, and this is the one that we're going to be using. It's 4 and 5.25. My color panel is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it just lays over there perfectly with a nice little border. But what we're going to do first with our other panels, I've already fussy cut them because that does take a little bit of time. But with my other panels that I did in each of the colors, I fussy cut out the flowers. And you get so many flowers that you can do several of these cards. So these are our other pieces, but these are the pieces we're going to use today. I'm just going to put some dimension behind them. Let's see. I think we'll start with our purple one here. And we're just going to put a couple dimensionals behind each piece so they are raised a little bit. Everything looks better with dimension. So hopefully I don't get my head in here too bad. I want to make sure that I get it lined up right over that flower though. There we go. And when you mix and match the flowers, you can make 4 other cards because we've got 4 other colors. So let's go ahead and do a couple more here. I think this one needs 3 because it's a much larger image. And I just have to say, it is Sunday afternoon and I am so full. One of our camping friends is actually moving out of state. So we all met up for breakfast this morning at another friend's house. And I ate way more than I normally do on a Sunday. Or any morning, actually. So let's get this one on there. It was a nice little visit. Where does that one go? No, I'm not sure where this one goes. Oh, this one goes over here. That's why. Just get that lined up there. Now we're going to bring in our pink piece here. Now this one just kind of butts right up to the purple one. So let's get that placed on there. And I wanted to use brighter colors than what was in the catalog. I really wanted my flowers to stand out. So there we go. Get a couple more of these down on there. I think we need this one next. Yes, that one goes right there. And then I've got a whole bunch of samples to show you when we're done here. I just kind of went crazy. I couldn't figure out what I liked best. So I made a whole bunch of samples for you. But this stamp set, the versatility of it is amazing. And they're really quick to make. This was so easy once I did, you know what, that's a little crooked. Let me peel that back up. Once you get your flowers fussy cut, it comes together in no time at all. Now, I am not one for fussy cutting. I don't like to do it because I always mess up. I always end up cutting something off that I didn't want cut off, or I don't get my white space evenly. But you know what? This was so simple. It just took a little bit of time. Not much, but it did take a little bit of time. All right, which way does that go? And you just kind of have to rotate it to figure out. Do I have that on the wrong one? I think it goes down here. Yes, it does. I was trying to put it on the wrong flower. There we go. Get that one on there. Then we've got our yellow. I think I'm just going to put one behind this. Pretty simple here. There we go. And then we've just got 2 left. You know what? I'm going to bring in mini dimensionals for these though, because they are smaller. There we go. Get that one placed on there. One more, and then we're done. All we have to do is put the card together. I've got ink on my hand too. It is a inky kind of mess, but you know what? It's fun. It just means that you made progress. There we go. Get that one on there. And there it is. Now all we have to do is put it on our card base. And the green is for the leaves, but it also outlines your flowers that you've got on here. So let's put this on our card base, on our layering piece. This just comes together so quickly. Use our liquid glue so we can move it around. And the color of my paper is also garden green. Perfect. Get that on the card base. Now I already did a sentiment just for ease of time. I didn't want to take up too much of people's time today. I just wanted to show you how quickly this can come together. There we go. I love that. It really stands out. The colors are just really bright. So for our sentiment, I am always short on birthday cards, so I decided to go with happy birthday. You really are the best. And I got this sentiment from the In Bloom stamp set that I showcased a couple months ago. So let's put some dimensionals behind here. So our sentiment is the same height as our flowers. There we go. Now let's see if I can center it. I'm always off a little bit. My eyes are crooked. I think that looks pretty good. I just want it right below that orange flower. Good. Isn't that pretty? And it came together so quickly. So let's just add some gems on there. Now for this, I took my basic pearls and I just colored them with my blend marker. Let me put the lid on that. And I forgot to close my ink. This is how I got the ink on my hand, I think, when I opened it. All right, so let's add some of our pearls that I colored. We're gonna add 5, I think. Gotta stay with the odd numbers. There we go. 2 more. Where should we put these? Let's put 1 down here. And then 1 more. How about right here? No. I think I like it right there. There we go. And that's done. We got a card made that quickly. And like I said, the only thing that took any time at all was just fussy cutting the flowers. So we have a happy birthday card. And we have a whole bunch of flowers left over for more cards. All you have to do is stamp your green base. So what I did here, I didn't make these into cards, but I wanted to show you. I kind of messed up a little bit. I was trying to use sponge daubers, and I sponge daubered the leaves with the green and then the flowers with the colors, but I didn't mask. See, I should have masked it because it kind of got a little bit muddled, but I still like it. They look like watercolor flowers. And then for this one, I stamped the image in black. I used my Memento, and then I went ahead and colored it with our blends markers. And I like that, but it looks a little dark for me. I don't know. It's like kind of not real bright and defined in there. Now this one I absolutely loved, these two. So what I did here was I heat embossed with white, our white embossing powder, and then I colored it with some pencils, some colored pencils that I had in my stash. I haven't put a sentiment on this yet because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then I also went for some basic monotone color cards, just 1 color for my layering piece of paper and then for my ink on there. The ink I used on this one is actually the pumpkin pie, but my paper I used was the pale papaya. And then here I've got the gorgeous grape ink and the Highland Heather purple. I thought it really made it stand out with the light purple. And then here I've got one that I did with the copper embossing powder. And I added a couple of our champagne rhinestones on that one. And this one, this is just absolutely beautiful in person. I hope you can see that. The silver, that's our silver embossing powder, and it is just so shiny. So shiny. And then I took a piece of our silver paper and layered behind that. Now this would be a really nice anniversary card. And then here I tried our silver embossing powder on Night of Navy. So as you can see, we've got a lot of different looks you can get from just this one stamp set. It's just amazing. And then this one, I did the silver embossing and powder again, but I used our Blackberry Bliss with a couple of our rhinestones on there. Now these two, I wasn't real sure about. I wanted to do ink blending and then the embossing over it. They're dark. They're very bright and dark. I like them, but it's gonna have to be somebody special that I send those to that I know will appreciate them. And then here is my last one that I did also on the, I think this was the Bermuda Bay with my white embossing powder. And they just came out beautifully. I love all these cards. But this is the one we made today. I just wanted to pop in real quick and show you that. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please comment. YouTube loves comments. And thank you for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.